Okay, guys, we are back on another episode of Dragon Conquest. Previously, we picked up our cousin, the Prince of Canik, and then we went and got all geared out and got some levels under our belts. So as you can see, still got leather shields on each of us because that's the best we can get now, but we have best weapon and armor that we can get now, and I'm going to go ahead and sell that club of his because we're going to need some inventory space where we're going. Now, this next cave that we're going to do, we don't necessarily have to do now. We can hold off for a little bit, but I think it's better to do it now, just because once we have our third party member, we're not going to want to take her in that direction. Like, there's no point in coming back in this direction after we have our full party. We'll want to grind and explore where it's a bit more efficient for everybody. So, the optional cave in question is off here to the east, and I wanted to make sure that we had antidote herbs and that Rolando had that antidote spell. Because we're going to be running into babbles and king cobras and all kinds of nastiness out here that can poison us. And we want to deal with those threats as soon as they emerge. Because obviously we don't want to get poisoned. In theory, heroes should be one-shotting the babbles. Looks like we missed on that first shot. But babbles, king cobras, there's just a whole lot of assholes in this direction for this point in the game. But you're kind of supposed to do this now because that's where you get your levels from. So, I want to deal with both that magician and the king cobra right off the bat. Most of the strategy for this and all of the Dragon Quest games comes from knowing how to prioritize your attacks. Now, Canik also has an attack spell, Fireball, which is the hurt spell from the first game. I guess it was Fireball in the first game. It hurt in the NES version, but they called it Fireball for Dragon Warrior 2. They haven't been consistent for shit with any of this. Regardless, it's a single target fire damage spell. And we've actually done pretty good not getting poisoned at all on the trip over here. Deep within this this cave is an item called the Thief's Key. And these Laliho ants are called sleep ants in the NES version because they like to cast sleep on you. They can call for help, and it's not really worth letting them do that just because the bonus experience you get isn't that great. And the seeds are also in this one, which I was not prepared for. I'm not really sure how I want to break down dispersing those. Oh. Need to silence my phone while I'm doing these recordings. Now, we saw the Hoimi slime, or the heal slime, cast heal on that big rat after the first bit of damage that Canik had done to it. That's their gimmick. Like, they will heal everything all day long just to annoy you. If I remember right, I didn't remember right. Ooh, a lottery ticket. That can be used for the slots game or or just to sell. Like, I think they sell for something like 50 gold, which is kind of a godsend at this earlier point in the game. Because, let me tell you, after we get to the next town, we're gonna have to gold grind some more. How am I? I'm not poisoned anywhere? Okay, health's fine, or rather would have been had I just kind of kept walking in the direction I should have been going. This cave is really straightforward, though. Like, there's some obnoxious asshole cave layouts later in the game. To the left, I think, is where we needed to go. Because we must go deeper. Yeah, that grass is the giveaway. Anyway, it's either it's either the silver key or the thief's key, not the thief key, as I tried to say there. But like I said, we must go deeper. Now, I could one-shot these giant rats by casting Fireball, but I really want to try and conserve his MP for casting Antidote if we get poisoned or anything like that, or heals on the way back. Granted, our inventory, as you saw, is filled with medical herb drops from where we were grinding earlier. And I don't think this is it. Nah, it's just another antidote. Should I throw something away? No. I don't need the antidote that bad. I will go ahead and use this agility seed on... Let's use it on the hero. That way I can try and make sure that I get off my attacks before the enemies. Since he's the one who's going to be killing things outright, I am going to go ahead and fireball this other Cobra, just because if I don't, I'm certain I'm going to be using the antidote spell. Now, we don't get a free heal at the end of this one. And while our armor is much better, I am going to go ahead and use some of these medical herbs. A, to get them out of my inventory, and B, to get back to max health. Are you a thief's key? No, you're a wing of the Chimera, or Wyvern, as Pyrrhus. Ooh, that's a not insignificant amount of gold. You know what, let's go ahead and see if they'll even poison us. See how long we can run our luck for that, since we can... Yep. as soon as I start talking shit. But you can already see there's a lot more experience and gold to be gained over here than where I was grinding before. That's why I didn't wait until level 10 like I thought I might originally do. There we go. It's not even in a chest in this one, it's just kind of sitting there. You know what? We're almost done here, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that. And I am definitely going to save that Chimera Wing for something we're going to do on the other continent. Rolando catches up to us in level. Learns Stop Spell, which would be helpful. Got the Antidote Herb. No, shit word, face down. Okay, so it is the silver key in this again. And there's nothing too terribly... Ooh, an Armor Centipede. We definitely want to use Fireball on him. He's got really high defense, so our hero's not going to be able to one-shot him, but the magic is going to be able to go right around that defense on that. As you see, we took him out in one round, which is ideal, but it would have taken 2 rounds, and he hits hard. He's kind of that stereotypical early high attack, high defense enemy. He's got around 20 HP, 16 to 20, I think. I can't remember his exact range. But it's enough to where his defense is going to stop you from one-shotting him until we get our weapon upgrades in the next town. And this might actually be a shorter episode, just based on what we have to do in the next little segment after this. We'll see how the walk back out of here and to Hamlin goes. I'm sure they called it something stupid in this game, but it's all the next town we're going to will always be Hamlin to me. So at this point, I may start pausing the commentary and after this one, editing out some random battles. Just because they're getting a bit excessive, and if we're going to try and squeeze anything in, we need the extra space. I am kind of curious, though, how my health situation is going to work out, because for the next bit, we have some very nasty enemy domains to run through. Okay, just a couple rat. Come on, game. Let me finish a thought before we get into another battle. Thank you. Okay, so let's hoof it back over to Leftwind and stay at the end there. Get Rolando's MP back. I think I may be farther north than I want to be right now. Yeah, because we walked up to get to the... Okay, so we need to go south of these mountains to get... Yeah, that's something we're going to have to get used to until we get to some of the later games. Just encounter rates that don't want to let you finish a damn thought. Come on, game. Where was this encounter rate whenever I was trying to grind gold? This is getting ridiculous at this point. Okay, you see that little shrine with the cross on it there? I'm going to go back over to Leftwind, to our southeast, stay at the end, and I'm going to meet you back one step from there, because these encounters are getting ridiculous, and editing each individual one out, frame by frame, is not fun. So, see you in just a second. Okay, guys, back here. I'm glad I did that, because we got into about 8 encounters on the way there and back. And anyway, please pass through. After a short walk south, you will come to the town of Moonpeda. No. No. It is Hamlin. And here we definitely want to play Conserve the Magic, but we want to be not afraid to use it. The encounters on the way there, while great for grinding later, are unpleasant to say the least. Remember that armored centipede? We can run into groups of 4 of those. And while that's excellent on the wallet, it kind of sucks on the HP and MP. So, we're going to not be afraid to use the fireball spell, and we want to use medical herbs for healing. But yeah, that was a very, very straight shot, almost like in Pokemon, whenever you're crossing underneath Saffron to go from Cerulean to Vermilion City. It's just like that kind of passage. Now, you can't miss the town heading south here, because you have a very linear path to it. Which again, the game kind of directing your exploration by limiting your options of where you can go. I prefer that much more than, the whole open world sandbox. There's progression, but you can do anything at any time, so you don't know if you're kind of screwing yourself or not. But yeah, even with like our top tier armor, these guys are still hitting us for 6 damage each, and come on, Rolando, do that on someone else. Rolando, this is going to be a very, very long playthrough with you, isn't it? He's being a true Prince of Canuck. So yeah, we have the mountains that let out here, right at Hamlin. I'm not even going to talk to anyone so that I don't have to call it Moonpeda. You know what, you're going to do more damage. I'm about to stay in anyways. And I don't think, I didn't think we were going to get poisoned. But yeah, these are the kind of battles that we want to routinely fight, because there's way worse south of that bridge. far, far worse. Now in Hamlin here, this dog is important, and you will see why in the next episode. First, I want to stop off here at the weapon shop. I do want to get a steel sword for Hero. I'm going to get an iron spear for Rolando. Steel armor and steel shield for Hero would also be nice. How much can I sell my current chain whip for? Not enough. Okay, so let's stay at the inn. I can save up here with this old man, so that if we die, we come back here. We're gonna make, on this episode, a legitimate attempt to get our third party member. It may go horribly, but we're gonna try. Save, and then we're gonna stop at the inn. And this is all going to come down to a little bit of luck in what encounters we get. Because there's 2 or 3 that'll just absolutely shit in our cereal. And we're definitely using the Wing of the Chimera if we, to warp back here, if we make it to where we want to go. So, well, this is already going as poorly as it can. Those lizard flies can cast Fireball, which is why I stop-spelled them. And that baboon can absolutely wreck us. Lizard flies aren't as bad, but the baboon is, he's a problem. You protected yourself and still got to attack? What is this horse hockey? But yeah, see, there's a large amount of experience to be gained down here. 39. I'm gonna risk it for the biscuit on you. We're gonna go around this lake. Okay, good. I think we got out of the bad encounter zone. These guys aren't bad, they just call for help and it makes the battle last entirely too long. And they don't give enough experience and gold to make it worth just letting them do that. See, like 24 and 12? Yeah. There is Moonbrook Castle. That is where the game wants you to go to find out that bad stuff is happening. If I get silent during any of these fights, it's because I'm getting a little stressed out and trying to figure out the best way to not have everyone die on me in some of these. The best preparations here still just fall flat at times. Why, you dense motherfucker! Why did you use that on the one that wasn't, or the one that was silenced? Come on. Although surviving 2 of those battles gives me a bit more hope that this is going to be a successful venture. Essentially, we need to walk to a tile where we can see 4 bridges and their swamp. And it is down over here to our east. And man, this does not get any easier, does it? Ugh. Now, I think I need to get out of the fucking mountains for one. That'll make her encounter rate a little bit better. Oh yeah, those guys, they poison it too, by the way. If they weren't obnoxious enough, they also poison. Leather armor, which we can sell. Kind of nice. Do you still have? Yes, you do. And I'm leaving all of this in here because there is a very real chance of our death. So... I think the tension makes for good viewing, personally. Okay, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and swamp. And I think we might be in the money at this point. We just gotta get to the swamp and get to the tile that we need. Whew. That was far more stressful than it needed to be. The Mirror of Ra. Yay! Yay for overworld items. And Wing of the Chimera. Use. Warp straight back to Hamlin. And let's go snag us a third party member. And then we'll call it an episode. The princess was turned into a dog. I am the daughter of the King of Moonbrook. I am sure you know by now that Moonbrook Castle was attacked by Hargon's army. I was transformed into the form of a dog by a curse and taken here. Now, the way you're supposed to know that there's something special about that dog is if you talk to it, it'll follow you around town like a party member. And then someone tells you that there's the Mirror of Ra in a swamp where you can see 4 bridges that shows the true form of things. So that's how you're supposed to know to do that. Yeah, a little cryptic. Anyway, I do want to take her back up to Leftwind because she can equip the magic knife that they sold there that I thought they sold down here. And I also want to grind up enough gold for everybody to be fully equipped. So, next episode, you're going to see us fully equipped, much better levels because you see she's level 1. Not very useful. And then, we're going to make some more progress. But for now, I'm going to save and we will call it a day on Dragon Quest II. Hope you guys are still enjoying this so far. Be sure to like, comment, follow the Twitch page, and support Chris and Ricky and their Conquest 2 if you're just here for YouTube. Fridays, Chris is doing Dragon Quest Builders, so you can get Dragon Quest there too, on top of all of the other great content that we try and put forth to you guys. Anyways, hope you guys have a wonderful day. It's been Breach, and I'll see you guys next time.